Hello everyone, welcome to the Animeverse Hubs. Today we're diving into the incredible events of Swallowed Star, episode 191. Remember, this is based on the novel, so it won't be 100% similar to the Donghua version. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and help us hit the 10,000 subscribers milestone. Today we will explore Luo Feng's most dangerous treasure hunt and the deadly consequences that follow. And without further ado, let's go into the story. After parting ways with Star Fantasy, Luo Feng made the calculated decision to investigate the mysterious treasure chest belonging to the ancient Yanji race. Using his Mosha clone's extraordinary transformation abilities, he executed a brilliant deception by disguising himself as a Yanji race member, successfully tricking the chest's sophisticated security systems that had remained impenetrable for millions of years. The moment the chest opened, Luo Feng discovered 3 world rings containing treasures that would completely transform his destiny. What he had found was nothing less than 1% of the entire accumulated wealth of the Yanji race, a civilization whose technological achievements had once rivaled universe-level forces. This discovery transformed him from a moderately wealthy immortal into one of the richest beings in the known universe. The first ring contained treasures worth exactly 221 billion Hun Yuan. The second ring held items totaling 285 billion Hun Yuan, and combined with his previous spoils worth 53 billion Hun Yuan, his total wealth reached an astronomical 560 billion Hun Yuan, equivalent to the combined treasuries of several major galactic federations. However, the most extraordinary discovery was the legendary Space Lock Band, a technological masterpiece representing the absolute pinnacle of Yanji engineering. Fewer than 100 units had ever been created in the entire universe's history. This incredible device possessed the terrifying ability to completely lock space within designated areas, preventing teleportation or spatial manipulation across 3 power levels: 10,000 kilometers, 100,000 kilometers, and up to 1 million kilometers in diameter. Luo Feng's excitement quickly diminished when he calculated the weapon's astronomical energy consumption. Just 10 seconds of use consumed 1.1% of a fire god origin crystal worth 200 million Hun Yuan, making it equivalent to 13.2 million Hun Yuan per minute of operation. Luo Feng's incredible fortune quickly became his greatest curse when news of Yang's treasure discovery spread through underground information networks. What he didn't realize was that large-scale treasure transactions inevitably attracted surveillance systems from various immortal factions, creating digital footprints that skilled trackers could easily follow. The situation escalated dramatically when detailed reports about his treasure acquisition, complete with precise location coordinates from the sacrificial tower, began circulating among the continent's most dangerous immortal kings. Luo Feng immediately suspected that Purple Clock had orchestrated this information leak as part of a sophisticated strategy to force him into the open, hoping to eliminate him through proxy warfare or direct confrontation. Purple Clock's strategy proved devastatingly effective as the entire Yanji continent erupted into the largest treasure hunt in recent memory. Immortal kings from dozens of different races abandoned their usual territories to join the search for the warrior possessing hundreds of billions in liquid wealth. Even the notoriously organized machine race formed temporary alliances with traditional enemies, united by shared greed for Luo Feng's treasures. Despite incredible resources deployed in the search, military-grade detection equipment worth billions of Hun Yuan scanning entire regions, every single hunter failed to locate their target. Luo Feng had chosen the most brilliantly obvious hiding place imaginable: Military Camp Number 26 on the 7 battlefields, where automated defense systems provided absolute protection. While thousands of immortal kings searched wilderness and ancient ruins, he was conducting business transactions worth hundreds of billions from the safety of a military headquarters. During his month-long sanctuary period, Luo Feng faced the complex challenge of optimizing his incredible wealth for maximum combat effectiveness. His initial plan involved evolving his insect race queen into immortal status, which would theoretically grant him command over millions of immortal-level soldiers. However, his hopes were crushed when she explained that intelligent beings required mastery of fundamental space-time laws, something no amount of money could purchase directly. His research into high-level destructive weapons proved equally frustrating. The virtual universe company's catalog contained 203 weapons capable of eliminating universe-level threats, but even the cheapest options carried price tags exceeding 6 trillion Hun Yuan, more than 10 times his entire net worth. After extensive analysis, Luo Feng developed a carefully calculated allocation strategy. He invested a 110 billion Hun Yuan to enhance his Golden Horned Behemoth's world god abilities by a factor of 16, dramatically increasing his beast avatar's combat effectiveness. Another 130 billion was allocated for Fire God Origin crystals and Water God crystals to power his Space Lock band. The largest expenditure was 300 billion Hun Yuan for 1 kilogram of VMO liquid poison, a substance so deadly that each drop could kill a limit Immortal King, while 8 billion Hun Yuan evolved his Cloud Contact Vine to early Immortal King status. The VMO poison represented his most dangerous gamble. Each drop was worth 300 million Hun Yuan, with 10 drops sufficient to instantly kill a limit Immortal King. He carefully coated his Blood Shadow Blade with exactly 50 drops, creating what he privately dubbed the Poison Shadow Blade, a weapon combining sword techniques with instantaneous lethality. After nearly a year of preparation, Luo Feng's presence in Camp 26 became an open secret among the Immortal community. Frustrated treasure hunters eventually abandoned the continent, calling him a coward for hiding. However, Purple Clock possessed far greater strategic insight, recognizing that Luo Feng's humble demeanor indicated calculating intelligence rather than genuine weakness. What the searching hordes didn't know was that Purple Clock had recruited 2 additional Limit Immortal Kings from the notorious Star Tower organization, King Bloodbeast and King Heavy Arrow, warriors whose individual combat prowess matched the legendary King Jin. By offering 5 billion Hun Yuan upfront, plus promises of treasure shares, Purple Clock successfully secured their exclusive services for the upcoming confrontation. Purple Clock's tactical approach demonstrated sophisticated psychological warfare. By remaining completely hidden, he allowed Luo Feng to believe that fear had driven his enemy into retreat, potentially encouraging overconfidence. Meanwhile, King Bloodbeast and King Heavy Arrow positioned themselves outside the continent's vicinity, ready to teleport directly into battle the moment Purple Clock engaged their target. During this tense period, Luo Feng received an unexpected summons from Master Zhenyan, who had discovered his secret identity in treasure acquisition. When Luo Feng revealed his wealth totaled hundreds of billions of Hun Yuan, even the experienced master was visibly shocked by the astronomical scale. Master Zhenyan provided crucial perspective, warning that Purple Clock's prolonged silence almost certainly indicated trap preparation on a massive scale, advising extreme caution. Just as Master Zhenyan was providing his strategic assessment, intelligence arrived from a giant bull race, Immortal Marquis, who had discovered Purple Clock's location in a remote ice cave system. The timing seemed almost too convenient, but Luo Feng recognized that prolonged waiting would only allow his enemy more preparation time. Purple Clock had deliberately made himself discoverable by deactivating his concealment systems, luring Luo Feng to the prepared killing ground. When Luo Feng arrived using teleportation assistance from Immortal King Chawu, both warriors could sense each other's presence and recognize that this encounter would definitively determine which possessed superior strategic planning. Luo Feng initiated the confrontation with a devastating display of his enhanced insect army capabilities. Nearly 2 million insect troops led by Queen Alina emerged in perfectly coordinated formations. 1 million Tiger Steel armored kings in the first wave, followed by a sophisticated combination of 500,000 Tiger Steel armored kings, 200,000 Shadow Spear kings, and 200,000 Hunting Mantis kings. These forces formed a massive spherical battle formation and unleashed synchronized laser bombardment with combined power equivalent to a peak Immortal King's full-strength explosive attack. The energy release was sufficient to vaporize mountain ranges while creating a light show visible from thousands of kilometers away. Purple Clock was forced to teleport to safety when his defensive systems detected the incoming energy levels. However, Luo Feng had never intended this attack to achieve a direct kill. His objectives were forcing Purple Clock to reveal his movement capabilities while triggering whatever trap preparations had been made. The strategy succeeded perfectly when Purple Clock's emergency teleportation activated his allies' response protocols. King Bloodbeast and King Heavy Arrow materialized on the battlefield within seconds, transforming the confrontation into an overwhelming 3-against-1 scenario. Purple Clock felt supreme confidence with 2 additional Limit Immortal Kings whose combined might represented enough power to conquer entire star sectors without resistance. However, Luo Feng had anticipated exactly this scenario and prepared his most dangerous countermeasure. As the 2 hired warriors began their teleportation sequences to engage him directly, he moved toward Purple Clock at surprising speed while activating the legendary Space Lock Band. The engraved weapon instantly projected its power across a 10,000-kilometer radius, completely sealing all spatial dimensions and causing every law of space to cease functioning within the affected area. This meant Purple Clock, King Bloodbeast, and King Heavy Arrow could no longer use teleportation, dimensional travel, or spatial manipulation to escape from the battlefield. Initially experiencing confusion, Purple Clock quickly explained to his allies that their opponent was using an incredibly rare weapon rather than personal ability. The 2 kings became excited, viewing the Space Lock Band as additional treasure to claim. However, their confidence evaporated entirely when Luo Feng revealed his next preparation: 2 Fire God Origin crystals, each worth nearly 30 billion Hun Yuan with destructive power equivalent to 10 times that of a peak Immortal King's maximum explosion. The simultaneous detonation of 2 Fire God Origin crystals created the most devastating explosion in Yanji continent's recorded history. The double supernova generated blinding light visible from adjacent star systems, while releasing enough energy to reduce everything within millions of kilometers to basic atomic particles. Mountains, rivers, and all matter within the blast radius were instantly converted to plasma as temperatures exceeded stellar cores. Even Luo Feng was severely affected by the explosion he had triggered, surviving only through multiple protection layers, including Shiwu Wing, silver armor dispersing impact forces by 1,000 times, and his evolved cloud contact vine armor with resilience equivalent to a high Immortal King. Purple Clock managed to endure the blast thanks to his Demon Sound Fire God Bell, which absorbed approximately 90% of the explosion's power, despite losing more than 50% of his divine body mass. As he began regenerating his severely damaged form within the protective bell, believing he had survived Luo Feng's most dangerous attack, his enemy appeared with the Poison Shadow Blade. In Purple Clock's severely weakened state, with his divine body reduced to less than half its normal mass and defensive capabilities compromised, the VMO poison spread through his remaining tissues with devastating effectiveness. While a healthy Limit Immortal King might have focused divine power on expelling the toxin, Purple Clock's current condition made such resistance impossible. The poison destroyed his remaining divine body at the cellular level, preventing regeneration while causing excruciating pain. Purple Clock's final moments were marked by rage, disbelief, and grudging respect for his opponent's thoroughness. He had never anticipated that Luo Feng could survive his own Fire God crystal explosions while maintaining sufficient combat effectiveness for a precisely timed finishing attack. Even in death, Purple Clock executed one final act of revenge. Using his last moments of consciousness, he transmitted detailed messages to every Immortal King connected to the Machine Race Headquarters network, providing precise battle coordinates, complete treasure intelligence, and strategic assessments based on their confrontation. This transmission succeeded in triggering exactly the intended response. Within minutes, dozens of Machine Race Immortal Kings began teleporting toward the coordinates, motivated by greed for incredible treasures and confident in overwhelming a warrior who had just expended his most powerful weapons. Although Purple Clock was eliminated, his strategy created an even more dangerous situation. King Bloodbeast and King Heavy Arrow survived the explosions despite losing 42% and 59% of their divine bodies respectively, wounded but far from defeated. Combined with incoming machine race reinforcements possessing fresh resources and detailed intelligence about his capabilities, Luo Feng now faced continuous attacks from multiple directions. Luo Feng managed to collect Purple Clock's belongings, including the valuable Demon Sound Fire God Bell, but his situation had become more precarious than before the confrontation. As teleportation flashes appeared with increasing frequency across the battlefield, he realized his victory was merely the opening move in a much larger and more dangerous game that would test every aspect of his strategic planning and combat skills. Will Luo Feng be able to escape from this increasingly deadly situation? Or will his Pyrrhic victory over Purple Clock prove to be his ultimate downfall? The answers lie in the incredible events that follow this devastating confrontation. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on this amazing saga. What do you think about Luo Feng's incredibly risky strategy? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That's all from me for this episode. Your support helps me bring you more incredible content, and I can't wait to share the next chapter of this epic adventure with you. Until next time, stay tuned for more mind-blowing developments in the vast universe of Swallowed Star.